Dear students, good morning. Welcome to class 11th biology. Continue unit 5, human physiology, part first, in which we are reading in chapter 16 in some books and chapter 23 in other books, digestion and absorption. Up to stomach we have read. Next is small intestine. Fifth part of alimentary canal is small intestine. In man it is about 6.5 meter in length. It lies coiled up in the abdominal cavity, which can be differentiated into three parts. First, duodenum. It is first part of intestine, about 25 centimeter long and U-shaped in appearance. Its descending limbs, ampullae of Barter which receive the opening of common bile duct and pancreatic duct. Just after stomach, the part of small intestine is duodenum. Second part is jejunum, which is about 1.5 meter in length and narrower than duodenum and is rich in digestive glands. This part is rich in digestive glands, but no digestion takes place in this part of small intestine. And third part is ileum. Jejunum and ileum has no clear-cut demarcation. It is about 3.5 meter in length. Ileum is characterized by club-shaped villi and Peyer's patches. The intestinal mucosa is produced into a large number of finger-like projections called intestinal villi, which greatly increase the absorptive surface area and contain numerous intestinal glands or Brunner's glands. These glands secrete digestive enzyme for the digestion of protein, fat and carbohydrate. Function of intestine: it secretes hormone that control the secretion of pancreatic juice, bile juice and intestinal juice. It carries out digestion and absorption of digested food. Digestion is completed in small intestine, then digested food is absorbed by the villi of ileum part of a small intestine. Last part is large intestine. It is wider than a small intestine. It is about 1.5 meter long and lies curled in the abdominal and pelvic cavities in the shape of inverted U. Here is situated stomach. From stomach it starts duodenum and then a small intestine in coiled form, which opens large intestine in the cecum part of large intestine. Last part of large intestine is rectum. Large intestine is divided into cecum, colon and rectum. So the opening of a small intestine into cecum is guarded by ileocecal valve, which allow the food to move down into the large intestine and not back into the small intestine. From cecum arises a worm-like blind tube, the vermiform appendix. It is about 8 to 10 centimeter in length. In human, it is regarded as a vestigial organ without any definite function. Sometimes appendix gets inflamed, causing pain, nausea and discomfort. This condition is known as appendicitis. From this part, here a small intestine joined with cecum, a blind tube-like structure arise known as appendix. In many herbivorous animals like cow and goat, vermiform appendix is developed and functional, help in the digestion of cellulose. At the place of opening of ileum into large intestine, there is a valve which is known as ileocecal valve, which regulates the movement of food into large intestine from ileum and does not allow the reverse movement. Colon is U-shaped tube divided into 4 parts. Cecum is a small part and then colon. It has ascending colon, transverse colon, descending colon and sigmoid or pelvic colon. Ascending colon, transverse colon, descending colon, sigmoid colon, which open into rectum. The rectum is the 15 cm long terminal part of large intestine, which open to exterior by anus, guarded by 2 sphincter muscles. One is involuntary and the other is voluntary in function. Function of large intestine. Main function of large intestine is the absorption of water from the food, secretion of mucus and egestion of undigested fecal matters. Histology of alimentary canal. Histology is the branch of biology which deals with the study of tissues. Alimentary canals includes many organs. These organs are made up of many layers or many types of tissues. Histologically, wall of alimentary canal from outside to inside is made up of 4 layers with little difference. Outermost layer is called serosa or visceral peritoneum. From outside to inside, outermost layer serosa, as it secretes a watery fluid known as serous, so named as serosa. It develops from the internal layer of peritoneum, therefore also known as visceral peritoneum. Viscera are the internal organs found in abdominal regions. The serosa is outermost layer of alimentary canal made up of squamous epithelial tissue. It is so named as it lubricates the alimentary canal by a serous or watery fluid. Second, muscular layer, which is differentiated in 2 layers, longitudinal muscles and circular muscles. Outer longitudinal muscles, in transverse section this showed a dot and inner circular muscle. In some cases, as in stomach, a third layer of muscles is found, oblique muscles. The muscularis are muscular layers composed of 2 layers, outer longitudinal muscle layers and inner circular muscle layers. These layers help in peristaltic movement of alimentary canal. A network called plexus of Orbach is present in between 2 layers. These plexus are the plexus of nerve fibers. ये nerve fibers के गुच्छा है which provide peristaltic movement to the muscular layers. With the help of mesenteries, internal organs are attached with inner wall of peritoneum. Some glands which are present outside alimentary canals, they secrete their secretion through duct at the lumen of alimentary canal. The third layer is submucosa, made up of connective tissue having blood and lymphatic vessels and few glands. A nerve network present in this region which is called plexus of Meissner. Nerve bands which are present at the muscular regions are called plexus of Auerbach, and which are present in some mucosa and mucosa regions are known as plexus of Meissner. Innermost layer of alimentary canal is mucosa, which is already formed of 3 layers. Serosa, longitudinal muscles, circular muscles. This is submucosa and mucosa. Submucosa is made up of connective tissue having blood and lymphatic vessels and few glands. A nerve network present in this region called plexus of Meissner. Mucosa, it is most important layer of alimentary canal, as it secretes mucus to lubricate the inner lining of gut. It is made up of 3 layers. Muscularis mucosa, this layer lies next to submucosa. Middle layer is lamina propria, which contain connective tissue, blood vessels, glands and some lymphoid tissue. And innermost layer is epithelium, also known as gut endothelium. It is the innermost layer which forms gastric glands in stomach, villi and intestinal gland in small intestine. So this is the general histology of alimentary canal, which is found in all parts of an alimentary canal with a little differences. Now we have to read histology of separate histology of different part of alimentary canals, starting from esophagus. Histology of esophagus. On its way to the stomach, esophagus passes through the diaphragm. Part of esophagus below the diaphragm is covered by serosa or visceral peritoneum, which is leaking from the upper part. The outermost layer of the alimentary canals, serosa, also known as visceral peritoneum, as it develops from the inner layer of peritoneum. Peritoneum is abdominal cavity. The part of esophagus which passes from the chest, it lack the outermost or serosa layer, but serosa layer is present in the part of esophagus which lies below the diaphragm in abdominal cavity. The thick muscular coat of esophagus is formed of outer longitudinal and inner circular muscles. Same. It has stripped muscles in the upper part, but smooth or unstripped muscles in the lower part. Submucosa is thicker, containing multicellular and branched mucus secreting gland. Mucosa layer, muscularis mucosa, layer in the upper part. Mucous membrane is made up of stratified squamous epithelial cells. All other structures, all other histology is similar to general histology. In the histology of stomach, outermost coat is thin and continuous with the peritoneum called serosa. It is smooth and slippery. Muscular coat is thickest and formed of longitudinal, oblique and circular muscles. As in the stomach, churning movement take place. To obtain these movements, the muscular layer is 3 layers: longitudinal muscles, circular muscles and oblique muscles. These muscles produce wave-like movement called peristaltis. Some mucosal layer consist of loose areolar tissue having large blood vessels and plexus of nerve fibers. In mucosa, muscularis mucosa is prominent and formed of outer longitudinal and inner circular layers. Lamina propria contain gastric pit and body of gastric glands, means middle layer of the mucosa, lamina propria. Mucous membrane is formed of columnar epithelium and is produced into gastric glands called alveoli. When empty, the inner surface of stomach project into small processes called as Ryuji. जब स्टमक खाली होता है तो ये अंदर की ओर प्रोड्यूस होते हैं. हिस्टोलॉजी ऑफ स्मॉल इंटेस्टाइन. Histology of small intestine resemble with the rest of alimentary canal, but it differ in following respects. The differences are: serosa of intestine, except for the duodenum, come from the mesentery, a triangular fold of peritoneum, which hold up the gut and also provide passage for the entry and exit of blood vessels and nerves. Muscular coat is thin. It has 2 layers only, circular and longitudinal layer. Oblique layer is absent. Oblique layer is found only in the stomach, but not in other part of alimentary canal. Submucosa contain blood vessels, nerve fibers and lymph spaces. Submucosa coat of the duodenum contain Brunner's gland. Intestinal mucosa is produced into large number of finger-like projections called villi. These increase the absorptive surface area of small intestine. A structure of a villi or villus. Villi is formed by internal epithelial layer of mucosa or internal mucosa or endothelium layer of the mucosa. Each villus has a core of connective tissue, lamina propria, covered with a layer of columnar epithelial cells. The core contains blood capillaries and arteriole and a venule for the absorption of amino acids and glucose. It also contains a lymphatic vessels, the lacteal vessels for the absorption of fatty acid and glycerol. The columnar cells of surface epithelium have brush border and are absorptive in functions. It is projected as endothelial layers or inner epithelium with lamina propria. In the fold of villi, there are many glands which are known as Brunner's gland. Here, in this region, Brunner gland secrete digestive juice or intestinal juice. It contains all the intestinal digestive enzymes. Muscularis mucosa is thin and its circular muscle fiber extend into villi. Lamina propria is well developed and in it are embedded the intestinal glands called crypt of Lieberkühn. These open between the base of villi. Crypt of Lieberkühn contain three types of glands: mucus secreting, goblet cells, enzyme secreting Paneth cells, and hormone secreting Argenta-Finch cells. Digestive glands. The digestive system of human beings is divided into two parts: alimentary canal and digestive glands. All the glands of alimentary canal associated with digestion are called digestive glands. These glands are divided into two groups: external glands and internal glands. External glands which are found outside the alimentary canal and pour their secretion through duct, and internal glands, the glands which are found in the wall of alimentary canal, are called internal glands. External glands are salivary gland, liver and pancreas. Internal glands are parotid gland, submaxillary glands, means salivary gland. Internal glands are gastric gland in the stomach and intestinal glands in intestine. First, we study the external gland, salivary gland. We secrete saliva in our buccal cavity. Three pair of salivary glands open into buccal cavity. These are sublingual gland below tongue, submaxillary glands below lower jaw, and parotid glands below and in front of ears. Acute infection of parotid gland is called mumps. These three pair of glands are sublingual salivary glands below tongue, submaxillary opens into lower jaw, and parotid glands back side below ears. Three pair of salivary glands secrete saliva in the buccal cavity. Function of saliva: salivary glands produce saliva which lubricate food and help in the partial digestion of starch. Saliva contain ptyalin or salivary amylase and lysozymes. The salivary amylase or enzyme ptyalin partially digests the starch. It converts starch into maltose. Their secretion makes the mucosa always moist. It cleans the mouth cavity and teeth. Saliva emulsify food and help in the digestion of food. It contains salivary amylase or ptyalin enzyme required for digestion of starch. Saliva dissolves the soluble substances like sugar and salt. Saliva makes the food moist and help in the chewing. Saliva moist the tongue and lips. 25 मिनट हो